What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. Vintage! Good to
What is
see ya.
up? Long time no see. It's like it's been
How's
two
things?
weeks, because it has.
It's been a while, It's been a while, Hope you've been well. Hope things are good and
Oh yeah.
productive.
I mean, we've talked since then, because we've had the fun release of the Bespin set.
That is
That
that
was
is
some fun
true.
stuff there. Just chilling
I'm
around.
very happy. I'm very happy we have a little community where we can kind of like get down on the get down and we do these little things, these little powwows together,
Oh yeah,
and we get to
yeah.
talk about it, you know.
hmm
I'm into it. You got a Bespin, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's I
I
think it's
mean,
arriving on It was originally the third, but I think it got pushed back to the fourth. So
yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you what. Shout out to Darth, that is very active in our Lego chat.
Or Darth Xander or whatever
Even
his name is.
talk
Sorry if I
about
said that wrong.
that. It was Darth. Yeah, Darth Xander. I don't know. But shout out to Darth because he was the guy that was actually talking about it like a month ago. It was some sort of a what in the world is going on type of deal because sometimes there's these regional exclusives, and
Oh yeah.
for a second we thought it was only going to be in Toys R Us Canada. I mean, it's a fun little place, that Lego chat. I love that place.
Geez, I'm really white today from my light for some reason. I just noticed.
It looks like it's gotten very bright. My lights are not good. Um, that's just how it
Here,
is,
let's turn that down a notch or two, maybe. Make it a little bit darker.
Tone it
Ah, there we
down.
go.
Tone it down. There you go.
There we
There
go.
you go. Bright man do over here.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Brights. So check this out. Um, I don't know if you've ever heard of like a pullback motor. So this is I don't know how well the thing captures it. So this is some car, right? And it has a pullback motor. And you remember when you like pull things, oh geez, how does it go? So you remember this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a Lego part that you basically, what I've been trying to do is took this. This was a gift with purchase
Okay. Yeah.
um, for a little while with at Lego.com, and I've been actually taking like I took this. Me and my son, we ended up kind of building it a little weird, obviously, but pullback motor. So now I'm obsessed with these little pullback motor cars and building these little 4 wide cars. Um, it's just one of those little known things, the pullback motor. You remember when you were a kid with like the pullback
Oh
cars, and
yeah.
it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, they're the coolest thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
imagine when you're like 6 or like 5, and you've been messing around with Lego for a little bit, and then there's this little pullback motor, and you could just build weird, cool stuff. It's the best thing, dude. I love it. I love it. Pullback motor. Don't sleep on the pullback motor, kids. Don't sleep on them.
Yeah, those were definitely the best.
So the game just had a Q&A, and that was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, sure
There
did.
was a lot going on. Very heavy space. So
Space, the final
I
frontier.
know, yeah, I know a lot of us have been waiting for it for a while. There was a lot of questions about raids too. Um, that got answered as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So good things there.
So before we really go into it,
Uh,
what was your biggest takeaway from it? I don't know how much you've looked at it, but what was your biggest takeaway
my
from it?
biggest takeaway, look, I did not really spend a lot of time thinking about it. I obviously was a participant in the Q&A and just kind of watching what was going on and there was a lot of really good questions that were
hmm
asked. My takeaway from it, space, and raid is going to be pretty darn cool, um, based on the type of game that this is.
hmm
Those are my major takeaways. Hey, if that's vague, hey, space. Everybody likes space.
So the three big things I got from it, we had the space, obviously. It was the space Q&A. We have raids, and then we also have a level and gear increase. That was kind of like my biggest
Yeah.
factor, like,
Okay,
yes, finally, something.
that's a good one. That's a good one because it didn't even, until you said it right now, it didn't even cross my mind about the increase. Like I saw it, it just we all knew it was coming and inevitable, but what do you have to say about that? I'm frozen over here, by the way.
Oh, frozen. Whoops. There we go. Should
Yeah.
be good now. All right. Yeah. So I mean, we're raising the level cap by 10. We got up to 60 from 50, and we're going to gear 7. I think my biggest surprise about this is the fact that everything is going to be on already existing nodes. Like they're not adding a new campaign or anything, which kind of was surprising to
Oh,
me.
okay.
Like they're not adding new chapters.
Right. Right.
I just thought that was a
So
little bit
what does that
surprising,
mean? There's
honestly.
got to be a different rollout. So new chapters would have to, because what you have monolith, waste, and pip town,
Yep.
right?
And
So
glyph hunt.
would it create? I don't know if it would create another one of those, but just add
Yeah, it
more
would be probably
pages,
another
right? That's
chapter
what you're
into
saying. Yeah.
that page. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that is strange. That
Yeah,
is
I'm
strange.
really surprised they aren't doing anything new like that, but they said that everything will be farmable on those existing nodes, which I'm really fine with because I'm glad that they're not doing any raid exclusive gear because let me tell you, that sucks. Playing a game
Yeah.
that has raid exclusive gear, it just sucks because it,
Right.
it hinders you so much and it's all luck if you get that drop or not.
Right. 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 Right.
Hmm.
I mean, hey, for me, it's just been farm, farm, farm. I mean, what have you been farming? I've been farming space. I've been
Oh,
farming
space, yeah,
space like everybody.
space.
Yeah, I mean, so it's really, I mean, until I could put my hands on it and like kind of touch it and taste it, I've really, it's just speculation at this point. I mean, I really don't have much to say about it. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of us were at the QnA. Good QnA as always. Bricko had a really nice recap on it, and
Yep.
there's a lot going on. There's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, I would say I'm working on my space. I got them almost 6 stars
Kelvin
across the
Kelvin needs
board.
work. My Kelvin needs work too. Your
Well,
Kelvin's better than my
I'm only
Kelvin.
about 100 off.
For sure.
My Dwayne is the one I'm furthest on. Well, I guess Cold
Right.
obviously is the furthest, but he's just so hard to
Right.
gear up. So,
Hey,
or
shout out to Spaceman Reed being the next month reward.
oh
So
yeah, yep.
Spaceman Reed, there you
Spaceman
go.
Reed
Get
is
those
the next
master
month
tiles,
reward.
baby. Master tiles. Let's go.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
also this piece on Blacktron Dwayne. It sucks. It's the lofty pizza with the hard
Really?
node farm. But thankfully,
Yeah. I
I'm just
mean,
one skateboard away from finishing it. So,
yeah.
but otherwise, I'm finishing up Castle because we got Primo coming next week. You ready for that?
That's a good one.
You got your castle ready to go?
I don't know much about it, but I remember hearing about it, back in the day, and it was just castle, 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 castle. I mean, if your castle is, wow, are you gonna have a rough time in Primo? I just saw your castle.
So I was
Are you gonna
told
have
that
a Are you gonna have a rough time?
I was told that I shouldn't.
Okay,
So
hang on,
like
pull that back up.
castle. So
Barnabas
I'm gonna
is a
have
problem.
5-star, 5-star, 7, 5.
Okay, but just those hot fire, dude. It took us a very long time to get him to 5. We were stuck at 4 for such a long time.
Yeah, I'll say, but I'm hearing that Magisto's the big key to it. So I think as long as you have him good,
Yeah, I mean,
whatnot, we got it all good.
yeah, I think he's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
So Princess Storm, how did you get Princess Storm that high? Was that from?
I think I
Are
had
you
her at
using
4-star
currency?
from opening bags because I didn't open mini bags,
Yeah.
but I feel like I always got
Okay.
lucky with her
Okay.
and would get 50s and whatnot.
Okay.
But then I
Okay. So
just
you've
took her
been
up to
using like
5-star to
guild
finish her
currency
off.
to get. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's guild currency, right?
Yeah, I haven't
Princess
used
Storm.
much of my guild currency, but I did use a little bit to get her up to that 5-star.
Hey, how much arena currency do you have? Like, I don't know what your level of
Next to
arena.
none. I spend that stuff as soon as I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not a hoarder,
Okay. Yeah.
so like come in, buy all the stuff,
Yeah. All right.
even though you have 100 or something.
What about your
My
Brick
mashup's
Sedition
almost done. I
currency?
just have to finish up Trent.
Yeah.
I have about 30k guild currency saved up. I've been kind of buying just medkits, stocking up on them a little bit.
Right.
But arena, I spend the stuff as soon as I get it. Really.
Yeah. Okay. Where do you typically place? Like, where is your average on arena?
I'm about 15 all the time. See, like you're 12 right now.
Okay. I mean, that's, and you pop into the tens every once in a while too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really try to go high or anything.
So
My biggest thing is just staying top 100.
what's your strategy for these things that are coming up? Obviously, raids, that's going to be very beneficial to the guild, right? In some way. I don't know, some way, shape, or form. I don't know what your speculation is on that. But what are your goals? What are your goals in the game right now?
Like my biggest goal right now is just getting my space up. Like I
Okay.
don't have them really marked here, but
Yeah, Commander Cold, he's a long farm.
so
I
I
mean,
was
I'm
kind of
almost there.
yeah, I was kind of looking through the other day, and my Ninjago is probably my best faction, and
Right,
my Garmadon's slacking right now just because I haven't done the couple days of bricks, but
right.
like
I'm gonna fire up the
over
game.
overall they're my best faction, and then like pirates, I have them ready for getting wooed the next star. So
Right. How do you feel about the set for the raids coming up? Like, what set do you believe? I mean, I think Spy Track's gonna be okay for the set. I don't
well,
think it's necessary for the Galaxy Explorer. I don't think there's enough there because Galaxy Explorer looks like it's for the future
so
with all this classic space
so
stuff.
yeah, classic space is what the Galaxy Explorer focuses on. Ice Station Odyssey focuses on the ice planet and chill. The new one, Alpha Centauri, focuses on Blacktron, and then Spytrack's kind of like your general one.
Yeah, I feel
Justice.
like Spy Track's gonna be all right. It's gonna be enough. You know, this is my space right here. Maybe I can.
Yeah, so you got 7-star Reed, Locus, uh,
I'm
Cold's
getting
almost there.
close.
Dwayne's almost there.
I'm getting close.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
getting
they've been at
close.
a race. Dwayne and Cold have been on a race, but Reed is one of those guys. Any beginner should have been, farming Reed forever.
Yeah.
Kartovsky, I mean, he's kind of like a wild card because he's hard to farm. You can't farm him. You know what I mean? It's Kartovsky's a little bit of a wild card there.
On
I'm
the
very
topic of
curious on
hard to
how the
farm,
reworks are going to be.
we'll go back
Cold
into
is
the
hard to
Q.
farm.
Well, we'll go back into the Q&A. Gorewell. So
Oh
it was
yeah.
confirmed that Gorewell will be a reward for the raids, as
I
well
mean,
as
let's
a
go.
new character that's not coming specifically with the space update.
What is that? Jen Slate? Jen Slate and all this talk. What has been going on over there?
So
Jen Slate and
yeah,
go for it.
so we have two new space characters coming that we already know of. We have Jen Slate, which is basically basically a black version of Reed. Um, then we also have Blacktron Quincy, who is a Blacktron 2, I believe he is. So he comes from that era. And those are the new characters coming in. We know that Quincy is I forget. Okay, hold on a second. We know which one's which.
What's up, Slim?
Okay, yeah. So Quincy is the brick pace with Alpha Centauri, and then
Right.
Jen Slate is going to be an unbox most likely.
Right.
And we also got the
I think it's gonna
Clockwork
be
Robot finally coming out after a huge missed opportunity on the timed quest.
that is true. I mean, timed quest clockwork robot sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, for
I didn't
sure.
even think about that until you brought that up. Yeah, that is a miss. That is a big miss.
Yeah, just some other key things I guess we got is let's see here. We have um so basically the way that they're doing space is they're making them more, you know, not necessarily a full compatible team, but sub teams within that giant faction.
Right.
So that'll be interesting to
So
see how that works.
that's something that's a little different to me too, because there's been this talk. I remember in the beginning of the game, in the early stages of the game, there was all this talk whether it's on Reddit or anything like that, where it's synergy, 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 and it would confuse everybody. Where it's like, what is this synergy? And there's all this talk about synergy, and there's always all this talk about synergy. And as we've been progressing, there's been, and just in recent times, there's been this talk of, okay, I mean, whatever you just said with the whole thing with space, where it's going to be basically you have guys that are going to be plug and play uh, into other synergies, so to speak,
For sure.
based on sub synergies. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a pro at this, but
Yeah, so
you
like
know what I'm getting to.
we have an anti-taunt synergy, we have a punishing buff synergy, a speed and pep manipulation, we have punishing counter attacks, bonus attacks, stuff like that, and then we also have an
Right.
anti-stealth one.
Right. So exactly what Llama was just saying, and what was talked about in the Q&A, was this Swiss Army knife type of thing,
Exactly.
which is it's a very interesting thing that's going on. And again, I just wanted to bring up the fact that in my early stages in trying to figure out what's going on prior to finding Bricko videos or anything to that nature, there was a lot of conversation about synergy. So it's interesting, the twist to it, because it is still, in my mind, I believe it's a higher form of synergy, because you have to really create your 5-man. You only have five people.
Hmm.
You have to create your 5-man team, uh, and there's enough characters to really create a big thing with this. I'm looking forward to it.
I think
I
the thing
like
I'm
it.
looking forward to the most is I hope we see a space faction start to appear as the last node on Brickspedition to kind of give us something new and fresh.
I think
So,
it depends on, because like sometimes, I don't know. It's all that thing back with synergy. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like
hmm.
space might be very easy to beat. Just like, hey, Imperial. When we had that Imperial stuff, we found out quickly that Imperial is very easy to beat in versus Buccaneer. And there was, of
Hmm.
course, there was all that speculation prior to these events happening that the Imperial thing was going to be a pretty big deal, but it didn't end up that way.
Hmm. So
I
moving out of
mean, I mean, space
space,
might not be that hard to beat.
yeah.
We'll see.
So moving out of space, we found out a little bit about the raids, which I mean, I don't think we really should talk about much really now because it's a lot of stuff that's still subject to change since it is still super early, and that's still the next update, not this one. So we're still probably 2.5 months out on that. So I feel like that's not
Right.
something we really should focus on a bunch. I mean, they did confirm a few things about them, like there's going to be a couple of different difficulty tiers and a couple nodes to it, but if you want to find out more about that, it's all in a document by Seiko, or you can watch the Bricko video regarding the recap to find out more about that.
Yeah, the recaps are incredible. For
For
people
sure.
that can't be there when it's all going down, and then after the fact, you're sitting there and you gotta like scroll and try to, the recaps do it. Just shout out to those guys.
Yeah. So moving on to some events that they confirmed were returning. I'm curious to hear your opinion. All right. So they said that
Mm-hmm.
space is going to be used for a new master event that's going to be coming up around Halloween. That is an iconic, spooktacular minifigure. Who do you think that's going to be?
It's probably gonna be the ghost.
Yeah, the glow in the dark
I think it's
ghost
gonna
is the
be the
one I'm
ghost.
hearing a lot of talk about, and I think that's a great.
I haven't even heard anything. Like, you just kind of hit me on the spot with the question. I I haven't been keeping up with this talk, but
Yeah.
I believe it should be the ghost. You know what I mean? It's got to be the
Yeah,
ghost.
and I mean the spooktacular works
It's
great for
iconic.
that because the ghost technically appeared in Fright Night sets, so you can give the castle tag, which would work great for it.
Right. Right.
And we don't have a Castle Master event right now, so I think that's a really standout
Vote for
one
ghost, guys.
for go.
Guys, if you can vote, vote for ghost. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't think of what else it could be.
Yeah, like I honestly have no idea. Like somebody mentioned Blacktron Zombie, but I don't see space being used for a space
Okay.
character.
Yeah, I mean, there's like there was monster fighters, you know what I mean? So you had like a werewolf. There was a very short run. I think there was only it was less than 10 sets. Like if you looked up monster fighters, uh, it was like less than 10 sets, and the big set was the haunted house, which is still to this day very very sweet set. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say there was like 8 sets. So I mean, there's a lot of things I guess that they could do in that whole spooktacular, but that's news to me. I didn't know that there was something coming up.
Yeah, so they said
That's
around
pretty.
Halloween
Yeah,
time for that. So.
let's go Ghost. Glow
So
in the
other
dark.
master events, we
Let's
have
do it.
Primo obviously next week, and then they did confirm that Master Wu will be end of September or October. So
Mm-hmm.
that will be great, and there should be the next tier for that, considering that it will be after the update. So you can get a 6-star Master Wu. We got confirmed that the J event's also coming back relatively soon, about the same time as Wu most likely. And Scarlet and Hank are going to be farmable. Most likely in stores, but farmable.
Very good. Very good. I'm into it.
Oh, then they also said they have their event calendar coming soon, but they said it wouldn't be out before the start of September. So when that is,
So what's that?
I guess good.
Time quest and everything.
Yeah, so
Will
that'll
that
be
have
kind of
time?
a calendar. They said they wanted it to be 6 weeks, so it'll cover 6 weeks. It'll tell you all the master events that are coming, the brick paces that are coming, the timed quests when they are, and what stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just so you can be more prepared instead of just guessing and asking all the time.
Right. Oh, it's good. Good. Man, space,
So
the Swiss Army knife.
fun fact: go to the castle neighborhood, okay, and you can see the ghost.
Yeah, I've seen him in there before. I don't know if that was the ghost minifigure though. I think it was like a little.
So
little
I'm
ghost
on
with a
it.
spray.
Switch the screens real quick, but I do not see the ghost on here. I don't know if I'm just not looking in the right spot, but I'm not seeing the ghost here. Is he in here? No. Maybe
Gotta
he's
load
not
it up
always
again.
here. Yeah, I'm not seeing a ghost.
Got to
Maybe.
refresh. Go back and forth. Go back and forth and see if another minifigure pops up.
Oh, so there we got somebody.
Okay.
Oh, right here. Oh, it's behind. It's behind my camera.
There you
Darn it.
go.
But it was
Move
right
it.
here. Hold
Move
on. Let
it.
me. It
Cool.
happened for a very
Firefighter
second,
Ash
but right
back.
here. You see right here? I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but there's a little ghost that pops up out of the tombstone. Bottom left down here.
Right there. Yeah. That's not the ghost though. We're talking about the
not the
minifigure.
ghost that we're talking about, but that's
That's
the
not
ghost.
the ghost that we are trying to talk about, but that is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's not the ghost we're talking about, but that is a ghost. Can confirm.
Nice. Nice. So there was I remember seeing in someone's comments that the home screen on the game, it's so bright now because of the Ghostbuster thing going away.
Yeah.
And I just saw it on your screen. I'm like, wow, that is really bright. That's super bright.
Oh yeah. I say it's good to have nice old Piptown back. I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Piptown, real quick, I got a.
How have your how's your studio thing been going?
So I finished this about 2 weeks ago, but I parted this out completely.
Have you been practicing, or you only do it when you're streaming?
I only do it when I'm streaming. And then I did go through and make instructions for it. This isn't it. Oh, here we go. Here's my instructions. Then I went and made instructions for it. They're not as good as Legos by any means because I couldn't figure out how to get rid of these darn arrows, but I tried to make I tried to make them as clear as possible. But for the most part, it's there. And it shows you how to build the entire thing. Then I went ahead and shared this.
There's a lot of.
Oh, go ahead. Oh yeah. So I went ahead and shared
I'm
this.
saying there's a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I went ahead and shared this on the Discord, both the official one and the Minifigure Empire Discord, as well as I did upload this to Bricklink, so it does show up on under my profile,
Oh,
so you can
oh.
see this boat there.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. I get absolutely lost when I go under studio on and I look at the things that people make.
Hmm.
It's absolutely unbelievable. Like you see some of these things, you're like, what in the world is going on? And I always, for a while, when I was really going through it, I would look to see if there were instructions, and a lot of the times there weren't, or there was like digital or something like that. So I think it's pretty cool that you're building out the instructions, all that stuff. Just like anything else, if you work on it, you basically you figure out the craft and you just get better and improve and all of those things. I think it's absolutely super cool. Little known fact about mocks and make your own my own creations is I don't know if you've ever heard of Build Better Bricks, BBB. They
No,
have
I'm
a
not.
promo. Dude, this is what's going on right now. So basically, instructions. Now that we were talking about instructions, they have a whole library of things that are basically custom builds. Iron Giant is one of their flagships right now, which is, I mean, it's huge. This thing is huge. I have a bunch of the parts to build it because eventually I'm going to build it. But they've got a thing going on, a promo right now, where you buy 2 instructions and you get 1 for free. Build Better Bricks,
Hmm.
BBB.
Very
So
cool.
look up Build Better Bricks Lego. It should come up. Um, it'll be interesting. Check it out on your own free time, and let me know what you think. But they do have a promo, and the instructions are like $7. So
Not
three
horrible, but
instructions for 14 bucks. I mean, obviously you have to get the parts yourself and this and that, but again, it's one of these things where I think it's super cool and I think it's super handy. Like Bricklink is obviously going to go through a lot more changes as time progresses because of the uh, moderately recent acquisition by Lego, but I think it's going to improve quite a bit. And I think there's going to be a lot of heart behind it just because of what Bricklink is and like the origin story.
hmm.
And I think like a lot of guys that have been building these instructions and this and that and all that, I think it's really cool, like building custom stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's creativity and your imagination, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just blasting off over here. I actually have one thing that I think is super important for people that are watching is the Diagon Alley on Lego tonight. It's happening right now. Tonight, probably in the next time
All
is it
right.
right now?
So here, let's go to.
Nine
How
thirty.
about we go check the wish list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's talk about it.
All right.
Let's talk about it.
Boom. All right. So I went ahead and added it to the wish list already, but
Did you?
you see the NES is back out of stock.
I'm frozen. I'm frozen right here.
Hello. Oh, there we go. All right. So we got the NES back out of stock, but it should come back.
It'll come back for sure.
So
What
the
do you have
Star
on
Wars
there?
Advent
Let's see
calendar.
what you have on there. Man, there is a lot of red. Hang on. Go back in there. All right. So you've got NES temporarily out. You got 501st, which 501st, it like it'll come back. It should come back into retail or stuff like that. I have no idea. I'm not a haunted house. It's a good build. Grand piano out.
Grand Piano I super want, but I feel like it's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah, that's gonna be it's tough.
Yeah.
Pirates Barracuda Bay in Treehouse. This is something that I'm very interested in. I really like it.
Yeah.
The Advent calendar,
This one's also tonight.
and that's popping tonight. So the idea is in the next few hours, it's going to become available, and you can have it.
Midnight EST.
I believe it. I believe they'll be around for a while. I'm not entirely sure because this year's been weird.
Yeah.
You know,
Then
I
we
don't
got
know.
the Star Wars Sith portrait, out of stock again. Razor Crest. I didn't realize this, but this is an Amazon exclusive set. I don't know how it ever got posted to Lego.com, but this is actually an Amazon exclusive set that
Well,
is
no, there
out
was
now. Yeah.
no. I mean, there was pre-order for a very long time for that. So basically,
Oh, that's why it was on
no,
here.
I don't
Okay.
know. Like it's been months. Like there was a pre-order for it for months, and then the pre-order stopped, and then I think it started up again, and then I think it stopped again, and then there was plenty of guys that they had their pre-order shipped. I think yesterday or the day before, one of those
Yeah.
things. But Amazon.com is also the get your baby Yoda. Quite honestly, I mean the hype thing about this is the build. From what I understand, is the build is actually larger than what you believe it to be. So when you have it, when you build it and you have it in front of you, you're like, wow, this thing is much bigger than I expected. And then the obviously you got the Mando, and Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is the hype thing on this, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the parts in this build uh, are actually very large. And as you may know, I mean, larger parts. There's a cost to produce larger parts, and from what I understand, this is going to be it's going to be definitely a buy. I would buy that. I would definitely buy it if you have like a family member that is a huge fan of the Mandalorian on Disney. There's another season coming out. Definitely buy them this if you get the chance, for
Yep.
sure, 100%. Don't hesitate. You know what I mean? Like I am buying one too.
Next one on the list,
Um,
we got Bespin Duel.
the best spin duel. We were up. We talked about this. We
Yep.
were up doing the midnight lifestyle on this thing, and
So the big
it
thing to point
went.
out with this one is just straight up sold out versus temporarily out of stock. Because this one
Right.
was originally supposed to be a super limited thing, so I get why they did it like they did.
Well, actually, scroll up because I think the other one says sold out too. The treehouse says sold out, or
Nope.
no?
They're
No,
all just
no, you're
temporarily
right.
out of stock.
Okay, never mind. Never mind. You're right. Yeah. Look, if anyone was to have a conversation with me about this 2 or 3 weeks ago, I would have said definitely if you want to be on time for it. The interesting thing is there was actually a 3 limit on this one, which was I found it to be very interesting. But again, it's one of those things. I would have told you a few weeks ago, hey, listen, be on top of it. We were
Yep.
on top of it in the chat. I think you got one. A lot of people that maybe may have not been aware of it ended up getting their hands on one, and
Yep.
so it's a good set. It's a good set. You have a printed. Hang on, go ahead and click in the set.
I'm super
You have
excited
a
for this set.
printed. Yeah, you have a Darth Vader with printed arms, which has never happened before, and you've got a Luke Skywalker from Cloud City, the Cloud City of recent, and then basically you got a really cool build on an iconic scene. The unfortunate thing is that is actually a sticker, but it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, this?
The 40th is a sticker, but it's not that huge of a deal. Uh, from what I understand about the build is good. It's a great display piece, and the minifigures are pretty darn tootin'.
Yeah,
I
it
would
looks
say. I
amazing.
mean,
I'm super excited.
Darth Vader with the printed arms is a big deal, and that Luke is from a $150 set. I don't remember how much it cost or
Yeah,
whatever.
I was
But
actually looking up the Luke earlier today. Before this set came out, the Luke alone was still a $20 minifigure, just from
yeah,
the
I
previous
actually
set.
still have that set. I still have that set sealed.
Yeah, very
Um,
very cool set. It's basically just the big
Betrayal
version
on
of
Cloud
this.
City.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
has
Betrayal on
this
Cloud
and
City.
some other stuff. But super cool set.
It's not a UCS set. There was some stuff going on. It's not a UCS set, but it's like a master builder something set. It gets deep. It gets deep. But
And we got the last one on the one list, the Diagon Alley.
So this is also going to pop tonight, midnight, I think Eastern Standard. And this is like a lot of mini modulars. I mean, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, what you get is you get super awesome little buildings with super awesome colors, like really awesome colors. I mean, the colors on this set is, you don't see this. You've never seen this from Lego. You've never seen this thing. This set, Harry Potter fan or not, this set is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I'm a huge fan. There is a high, price to it, but there's a lot of details. It's like the way that I would actually express this set is it's kind of like a little like a micro build. Like, you know how like you use as little amount of pieces to build like a Millennium Falcon, but it's like expanded. It's like a micro build expanded, because you have 4 buildings, and I think it's 5,000 pieces, which really isn't a lot of pieces. And you can see in here there's a lot of smaller pieces, but Lego fans, even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, you're going to be very, very, very pumped to have this in your collection. Like, this thing is incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. Like, I'm very, very pumped about this set. And I'm not the hugest Harry Potter fan. I only recently became more of a Harry Potter fan within the past, like, 6 months. I started, I got the books and I started reading the books. I'm a fan. I can see why there's a big following, and this set in general. Like, there's I can't remember the color name, but there's lavender profile bricks. So, like this brick here.
Yeah,
this brick right here.
It's 5,544 pieces.
Yeah, there's lavender ones of these, which is sick because the buildings are in incredible colors. I'm very excited about this set. And there's just minifigures for days. It's just a cool set. It's a cool set. I feel like this set is like the equivalent, or even more than the equivalent, to like a Ninjago City. So Ninjago City is like, it's an incredible set. I mean, whether you've seen the Ninjago movie or not, you can just take a look at it. Being a Lego fan or not, you could just take a look at it and be like, wow, that thing is unbelievable. It's very, this is a 2.0 of a set like Ninjago City. So,
yep, and that wraps up the wish list.
Yeah. Dude, that thing is sick. That thing is unbelievable. I'm very excited about it. And I am not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I'm very excited about that set.
Oh, for sure. It is a very cool set. I don't think anybody can say against that.
I'm also very excited about the Skywalker Saga game.
Yeah.
I mean, that game is unbelievable. Like, me, right? You're like a gamer. And I remember I was talking to you a couple months ago. I'm like, Nintendo Switch, you can't find them. And I've been trying to get one. And I'm like, can't find them anywhere. And I ended up, I started coming across them. And, we were talking about the various things. Would you recommend this game to be played on the Switch? Or would you recommend, like, in your expert opinion, would you recommend, doing it like on an Xbox or a PlayStation? Like, I've always been a PlayStation guy, but since I have a family, Switch is very family to me. Like, I think I had like a PlayStation 3 or something, and gave it away.
Yeah, so my big thing is, I think that on the Switch, I think it will be a super cool game, and I love the fact that they are bringing it to the Switch. That's
It's so sick.
super cool. Because I do remember games such as like the Skywalker, or not the Complete Saga on the DS.
Hmm.
Uh,
Right.
it was still pretty good, but I did prefer it on like the PlayStation, for example. And I plan on getting this on the PlayStation 5, which
Oh wow.
which isn't
Okay.
out yet, but it is coming
Oh,
soon, and
that's big.
it's
That's
coming out
big. Oh
before
boy,
this
it's
game.
not
So
even out.
yeah.
No, I hear you. But for like a plebe, like me, will I be okay playing this thing on a Switch?
Oh yeah, I think if you just want to play it to casually enjoy it, I think on the Switch you won't have a
Oh
single issue.
man, you just shouted it out casually. I'm not a casual dude. I'm not
If
casual.
you, I'm just saying, if you want to fully
If you wanna
experience
just go
this game,
casual.
console I feel like is just the best way.
All right. So
I
yeah, the
wouldn't say get a
Switch, you could
console for
still
just this
I can still
game.
play it on my TV. I can still play it on
Yeah,
my TV. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna play it on like the handheld, you know what I mean?
yeah. My biggest
Is
thing though with
it
the
the same game?
Switch,
Like, what are the differences?
so the Switch, the big capability or the big limiting factor is probably going to be like the detail and quality of it. Like, and by when I
Really?
say casual gaming, I don't mean like you're just super casual, but super
Yeah.
hardcore gamers, such as
Not caring
myself.
about the DPI. Like the DPI doesn't need to be as high as it need to be. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna
I
be
get you.
personally getting on the PlayStation 5, assuming I get the
Bro,
PlayStation 5 with the pre-order, which is gonna be
I
a
am
pain in my butt.
I am absolutely pumped about this game. When I saw the trailer yesterday, I was absolutely pumped, and I was just firing it off in every chat that I have access to.
Oh yeah.
And then I saw today Bricko had he had like a breakdown of the video, and I was like, this is unbelievable. When I started watching it,
Oh yeah.
I'm like, wow, this guy was doing the research. Yo, shout out to Bricko and his analysis of the trailer of this game, Skywalker Saga. This thing is absolutely incredible. I'm so pumped about this game.
Yeah,
So pumped.
there's some huge things about this game that are gonna be like monumental for the Lego Star Wars scene, because really the last one
Yeah,
that they had was the Clone Wars, I think was the last one. I don't know if they did the complete saga after or not, but that was just combined games anyways. But
right.
this is an open world game.
It's sick. It's
It's gonna
sick.
have 4K graphics. I'm pretty sure on the
So it's like an
PlayStation
art.
5 it's using ray tracing.
Right.
You have over 500 characters. There's already been 7 confirmed expansions that they're coming out with,
So
which
that's
is gonna
got to
be
be
crazy.
that. Like, there's gonna have to be guilds. Like, bro. Like, look. We think about these types of games, like RPG and this open world, and the immediate thing, like that you think about, is massive multiplayer MMO, whatever RPG, right? So you think about like the EverQuest when you're an old man like
Hmm.
me, or when you think about like World of Warcraft, or and all of the things, and through the evolution of time, bro, this thing is gonna get on virtual reality at one point on one of the expansions where you're just sitting on a thing. Dude, it's gonna be unbelievable because the graphics are not stagnant in anything. Like, check it out. Lego Legacy, the graphics are not stagnant. This
Hmm.
thing is using all sorts of different technologies uh, that are brand new to what's going on. Like, this game is gonna be absolutely, bro. Check out, check out Bricko's breakdown of the trailer, and shout out to that guy because great job,
Oh yeah,
absolute great job.
I'm
This
super
game
pumped
is gonna
for it.
be sick.
I'm so excited for it. I'm upset they delayed it, but at the same time it's a good thing because I'd rather have a game get delayed and be done correctly than be rushed and sent out
Yeah,
when it was supposed to.
or whatever it is too. I
Because
mean,
like when this game
look,
first got announced, it was rumored to come out, end of July. Then it got pushed back to October, and now it's spring
right.
2021, which I'm
I think
not
we
mad
looked it
about at
up.
all.
We looked it up like a couple of weeks ago, and it was October or
Yep.
something. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
cool
say
with the delay.
this trailer specifically confirms spring 21.
I mean, this year has been weird for a lot of things. Probably, Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed as well. I mean, so at the end of the day, it's like the delay, it's a good move. At the end of the day, you want to launch it properly. You want to have a product that people can get behind, and this thing is going to be sick.
Not
You
to go
think I'm
off
going
on
to be
a
crippled
oh,
playing this thing on a Switch? You think
no,
I'm going to be crippled by playing this thing on the Switch? Because I
nope.
don't really want to get a PS8 or like a Xbox 14. You know what I mean? Like I'm
So
not trying to get.
not
I'm
going to
not
go off topic
involved.
too much, but Halo Infinite, Slim, that was delayed because the game director changed. So that's the reason that game got delayed. But
Man,
yeah. Yeah, but
I'm a
real
I'm a
quick tangent. All right,
to this stuff.
PlayStation 5, the way they're doing the pre-orders is dumb. You have to register to have a chance to be entered to be able to pre-order
Oh
it.
man, that's like San Diego Comic Con. That's like that's like the Lego exclusives. So it's like you got PlayStation exclusives,
Yeah,
exclusives, exclusives.
yeah, and that's for the
Well, hey,
system
you know what?
itself.
I mean, might it might weed out. They might use it to weed out like legitimate scalpers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
so I think the
someone
whole thing,
with,
because like they're limiting
you know
it
what I mean? I
one
don't
to
know.
basically household. I think the big thing that they're trying to avoid is people buying multiple because they are going to have a limited run, just because
Yeah,
due to the pieces they're using and whatnot. So I think they're trying
bro,
to avoid
I'm so pumped about
people
this.
reselling it.
I'm so pumped about this game. As you know, remember I went on the Switch journey. Dude, my kid is very good at Mario Odyssey. Like he gets like an hour a day, an hour every other day. And that Super Mario Odyssey, he has that thing in the bag. I watched him today. He beat Bowser. I don't know if you know anything about this game, but at the end, and we play on, I think it's like assist mode. So
Yeah.
I remember it was like a month or two ago where he's like, "It's too hard. It's too hard." I'm like, "Listen, you just gotta practice. It's just like anything else." And today I watched him play the Bowser, the end one, and he has all the patterns, all the everything figured out. Because
Yep.
like Mario, it's like patterns. Just like everything else, it's like patterns. I was very impressed. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can introduce him to Star Wars with this game. So I got a conundrum on my hands because I'm very pumped about this game, but I don't necessarily want to expose him to that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like
So the
whatever. I
big
mean,
the big
there's
thing
a lot of funny in it.
the big thing I will say is, the Lego games are meant for kids, and
Yeah,
they
of
have
course,
a lot
but
of
like a
cartoony and
certain
humor stuff in
degree.
it. So
Yeah, like 8, 9, 10, 11 sounds good. 9, 10, 11, 12 sounds good.
yeah,
3, 4, 5, 6, it might be a little weird. Three,
true.
four, five, six. But hey, nobody can tell you how to do things.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I
Hmm.
just, I just think, that's all. But I'm very pumped about the game.
Oh, I am too. It's probably my most anticipated game that's coming up.
I've never anticipated a game in my entire life,
Yeah, I'll say
except for this.
I have a couple games I'm normally looking forward
Except for
to
this.
around this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see how
So
it turns out. It's gonna be good.
yeah, that's really all I got, man. I think Lego, the Bespin thing. All right, here's the deal. Actually, that's not the end. All right, so this Patreon thing that we were doing before, I'm going to move it to a subscription thing. In order for me to move it to a subscription thing, I need to integrate it to a website. So I have a website in the works, but it is just not ready. It's not going to be anything fancy. There's not going to be anything really crazy fancy. It's just going to be a landing page. Um, I got a buddy of mine. He's kind of a slacker. He's working on it, but he knows a lot of these things and the ins and outs. And he's also not just slacking, but has to kind of tell me and explain to me. I'm not very smart on these things, on what it's doing and all these things. So there's a little bit of time there. So for this month, which begins tomorrow, I think it's going to revert back to the Patreon, and I'm going to try to make it the last month. I would rather not use that platform. And that's what the whole thing on the Switch is. It just takes a while. I don't know anything about these things. If you know anything about websites and API and integration things, by all means, hit me up. I'm down. So it's going to be on Patreon. So the Patreon reward, I think, for this thing coming up is going to be, and again, let's remember it's going to be gold brick, chrome brick, and red brick.
Mm-hmm.
Chrome is and has always been, hang on, gold. So golden brick has always been slated for like the $100 value plus. The cost, I don't think it's going to change. It's not going to change. I think it's just going to kick back on tomorrow. So value at $100 plus, we're going to do the Bestman set. The Bestman set 75294. Look it up. So that's $100. The $50 is going to be the Darth Vader out of that set with the printed arms that we were just discussing. I think the value on it currently right now is about 50. And then the red brick, there's going to be 2 winners. That's basically, I guess, hit me up. I mean, something that's going to be in the $10 range, $5 to $10 range on minifigures, whatever's in the store. You know, we could talk about it. We did this last month and it turned out just fine. So what are you looking up?
Oh, I'm just sending a message real quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't think there's anything else that I got.
We'll figure it out.
We'll
figure it out as this thing progresses, but at the end of the day, I got to figure out this website.
Yeah.
Working on it. I'm just not very technologically anything. If you haven't noticed, I can't figure out Streamlabs. I can't figure out I can't figure out the majority of things that go on here. Nor do I really want to put in the effort until it's absolutely necessary. But like I said, I mean, I got a buddy of mine that's really good at that website stuff. So we're working on it. But the rewards this month, it's going to be sweet. And we can follow these things as they go throughout the month as well. The values on them are pretty high at this moment. If you look up that
guest
set,
appearance from Puppy. Yeah, what you think?
Oh yeah, she's looking confused. She's like, well, "What do I do? What do I do with my ears?"
Tell them about all your fun
What
Legos that you have. You don't have any Legos? No? Okay.
She looks very confused. What do I do with my eyes? What do I do with my eyes?
She's like, where do I look?
How's the move been since you've moved and been kind of settled in?
I mean, the hardest part is, just finding a job, but got one lined up and hopefully should be starting next week.
You got one, right? Yeah, you got one, right?
That's I haven't started it yet. But I'm just saying, I have one lined up and hopefully it should start next week. So
I'll tell you what, from what you and I have discussed, I mean, I actually worked for that organization in the past, in my earlier days. Worked my way up from the bottom up, and it's a good organization. I mean, I'm sure they do stock options and stuff. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, I mean, one of the biggest things, and this goes to anybody out in the world, is young, old, anything. Everything, I believe, it starts in your mind, the way that you perceive things, and then basically working hard. If you want to do something, if you want to do well, if you want to excel, if you want to do anything, it really all just starts in your mind, and then you have to put the physical energy into it. One thing I've been working on lately, I'm not a runner, I'm not like exercise or anything like that, but Bricklink orders, I've been timing myself, and not timing myself to try to hurry up and whatever, or like clock myself. Like, it's not like the Olympics, but timing myself to figure out where I can improve the process.
Mm-hmm.
And that exercise has been very interesting, because that exercise can be applied to everything in your life. Everything. Whether it's starting a new job, starting anything. And if you think about it, is there's a lot of us that we go to work and we're like, oh God, I don't want to go to work. I don't feel like it, and all this stuff. And that mentality, that mindset drags you down. If you take it into how can I improve my processes throughout the day, your time will move much faster. And that's my tip of the day. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. It all starts in your head. So
Mm-hmm.
congrats on new things, new beginnings, and a new area. I don't know. You haven't really ever lived there before, ever in your life, in
Nope.
that region.
I don't know. Looking
Has there any
forward to
been
the new job.
like
Hopefully it goes good.
has
So
there
was it?
been like culture shock? Have you been like shocked by the culture? Like, is it much different? Have you been getting out? Do you see a lot of differences from where you were
I mean, I didn't
to where you
necessarily
are?
live in a big town before, but this is definitely a
Mm,
smaller town, and you can definitely tell the
yeah.
difference.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's interesting.
So winter's coming. I mean, do you ski?
I mean, I've skied before. I would love to go skiing again and,
Yeah.
live by some
Yeah.
mountains. But
Dude, I encourage everybody that can get outside to get outside, whether it's skiing, whether it's playing mini golf, whether it's, get outside. Vitamin D. They say vitamin D, vitamin D is good for the Rona. If you get hit with the Rona, you can beat it faster if you have a decent vitamin D levels.
hmm
But that's just me. What else you got?
I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else that I can think of.
Oh, if you see behind me, Beatles. This one here is all tile. This is round tile. This one here, the Sith, is all studs. I found it very interesting that
That's weird
the
how they did them
Beatles is.
different.
Yeah, I like it. I like it because I'm a parts guy. I like to think about,
hmm
and that's just one of the aspects of the Lego thing that I like is I just like the analysis. So I also find it interesting because the Beatles is very iconic, and there isn't really many Beatles products from Lego. There's Yellow Submarine, which was an idea set, which is why I love ideas so much.
hmm
Like the treehouse, I can't wait to get my hands on the treehouse. I tried to collect all the idea sets. There's just like sometimes they just come in waves where there's like a bunch, like
Yeah.
all at once, you know.
I
But
mean, I think you can see that with any type of category, though. So, because, like, I mean,
yeah, I
we just
mean,
had a huge wave of Star Wars stuff come.
huge wave.
Yeah, so.
And there's gonna be a little backup wave with Harry Potter.
hmm
Yo, get on the Harry Potter thing if you guys are into it. It's coming up. What do we got? 2 hours.
Yep.
Diagon
Well,
Alley.
actually, no, only an hour, yeah?
Really?
Yeah.
It's 10. 10, 11, 12.
Oh,
Boom.
duh.
2 hours.
It's only 2 hours ahead of me. I was thinking it was 3 for some reason. Yeah. So, 2 hours.
Yeah. No worries. No worries.
All right.
So probably more big news next week. There's a lot of things going on in the game,
Yep.
isn't there?
Yep. Got
Huge
some.
things. What's going on? What's going on this week in the game?
I mean, the big thing that I think people have looking forward to is the patch notes. I mean, who doesn't level up a few
Okay.
patch notes? That will be more confirmed solid stuff. And I think that'll be better to go
And then
over than just the QnA stuff. So we'll
there's
have
an
that
update this week.
not confirmed
There's an
this
update.
week.
No. When do raids come out?
6 to 8 weeks, most likely.
Okay,
Because so
so
so basically
about
so basically we have this week we're getting the patch notes. I assume next week we'll have the full update. Then we'll have the
mm,
6 to 8 weeks of that, and then the update after that is the raids.
mm,
So we're looking like November time. Because it looks like they have this stuff is planned to the end of October, so I'm assuming we'll see the beginning of November update for raids. That's my guess at least.
mm.
So yeah,
I'm into it.
yeah,
I'm into it. Space, the final frontier.
yep.
So yeah,
I
that's all
think
I
that'll do
got.
it for us this week. Appreciate everybody coming out
All right.
and chatting and supporting the stream. And
Stay hyped.
yeah, we'll see you all next week with hopefully some patch notes and hopefully some other big news that can't be shared yet. So
Get
thank you
on
guys.
your Harry Potter. Oh,
Yep.
also, if you have any question as to what we just discussed about this Lego things and the thing dropping, by all means, get involved in the Minifigure Empire Discord and hit us up on the Lego chat. There's a Lego chat there. There's a
Yep.
lot of good. There's a lot of good things. There's a lot of great people there, and we like to keep it. Fun and exciting. So
Yep.
hop on it. If you don't know, now you know.
All right. So, yep.
Peace out.